Right.
All
So,
right.
so we had some. We had. You know what? The NFL. We need to call this the days of our lives. We literally need to call this the days of our lives because we start out one day and it's just everything nice and quiet, and then boom, 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 boom. Victor Newman flying off with somebody's wife, then came back married. Like it is the days of our lives. So for everybody that's not paying attention, here is what happened. It all started like this. Tom Brady, because he got to be the queen of all the soap operas, had to say, you know what? These last 40 days and 40 nights, like he Moses. Yeah, Tom Brady was like, yeah, I'm coming back.
Don't talk about my quarterback. That's
Fuck your quarterback, Marlo. Anyway, getting back to
He was never not coming. Look, this is how you know he was never not coming back. Did the Buccaneers make any plans on a new quarterback?
No.
Bruce Arians told everybody at the combine what time it was.
Tom is my quarterback.
He said Tom is my quarterback.
Okay.
What if you go get Aaron Rodgers? He'll be number 2. Because Tom Brady is my quarterback.
But since they not going to get no Aaron Rodgers, that was never. Look, Tom Brady is gonna play until he can't get out of bed, until he can no longer walk. There is no breath in his lungs. Tom Brady gonna be on somebody's football field,
but not to be topped. Drama queen number 2, Aaron Rodgers said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and come back to Green Bay. Because Green Bay was never gonna trade you, no way. That was never gonna happen.
Green Bay wasn't gonna trade him, and nobody was gonna give Green Bay what they're asking for an over 30-year-old quarterback who is how many Super Bowls he won? One?
One.
Yeah, one ring. How many times but he's been to the playoffs every year, and you just
lost to porn star Jimmy.
You just couldn't get it done. What's the problem? Kaepernick. And how many times did Aaron Rodgers have a home playoff game at Lambeau Field in January and not win?
You mean this past year?
That was one of them.
Oh, okay.
The one to the Bucks.
Okay. Yeah.
Vince Lombardi is turning over in his grave because Aaron Rodgers is pissing on the legacy that he built at Lambeau Field. People used to be afraid to go to Lambeau. You look, when the Cowboys had to go up to play in the ice bowl, the Cowboys were so afraid to go even get on the plane. They didn't want to go.
I can take it a little further. It is going to be apparent that everybody who bet the farm on Aaron Rodgers and made him the highest paid player in the freaking NFL is going to reap that harvest because he don't have Adams to throw to no more. And that's his security blanket.
Or what is it? Valdez Scantling? He's going to the Chiefs.
Bruh, when I tell you that he is exposed now,
he finna be throwing a practice squad this.
Now, mind you, he is a very talented quarterback. He has arm talent and he's smart. He has that. But
so was Jeff George.
If you
so was Jeff George.
Don't give me Jeff George. Don't do that.
Yeah, Jeff George. That is not no Aaron Rodgers.
You saying that as a disgruntled Raiders fan? Don't give me Jeff George.
Yeah, that's bad. And you a newly disgruntled Raiders fan. You only like them the last 2 years.
Hold on. First off,
that's wild.
First off, don't do that because we both know. Once they did it, everything happened when they decided they wanted to buy Manchester United. Then they got rid of the Bucks team that won a Super Bowl, and I had enough. So it wasn't just one thing.
I'm just saying.
It wasn't last week. Don't make it seem like it was last week.
Don't make it seem like you got some Raider lineage.
But
that is not what this is.
I earned my parole from the Bucks. Thank you very much.
But look, we're not finna let Aaron Rodgers get this pass because he wanted to bring up Jeff George.
Absolutely not.
Look, this man has had ample opportunity Like I said, Vince Lombardi is turning over in his fucking grave because look, when the Cowboys went up to play at Lambeau Field in the Ice Bowl, their receivers were so cold that they wouldn't even take their hands out their gloves unless they were on receiving routes. That's how the defense knew whether it was a pass or a run. They just look at the receivers. Oh, he got his hands tucked in. Oh, it's a run. He pulled his hands out. Oh, they passing. They passing. That's how afraid they was. Nobody is afraid to go to Lambeau no more. Aaron Rodgers, ain't nobody scared of you. You ain't made. You got porn star Jimmy. You got me saying porn star Jimmy beating you at home when you the number one seed. You was the number one seed
and didn't score a touchdown
and failed to get into the end zone
with that talent.
I understand 49ers got a decent defense. I'm not going to take nothing away from Fred Warner and them boys because they play football. But come on, man. You at home in the playoffs, the offense know where they going. When it's a bad weather game, the offense know where they going. Defense don't know where they going. It's easier to score in bad weather games.
8 passes. 8 passes. Yeah. Is all it took to be the baddest man.
You supposed to be the. You got to put some points on the board. I'm sorry, you ain't you. I envy Aaron Rodgers though because he's starting to turn into a Jay Cutler to me. He's somebody that's getting paid a lot of money to be bad at their job.
So wait, hold on.
So how much he's getting?
But the bridge too far.
I was not gonna say nothing like that. He is
look. What I'm saying, I'm not comparing him as a player to Jay Cutler. What I'm saying is, I envy him in the same way that I did Jay Cutler. I wish I can get paid a lot of money to be bad at my job.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Not that they are similar in any type of way on the football field. I just wish that I could get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to be mediocre. That's it. I wish I could get paid that much. But I could do it.
But that ain't it.
Go ahead, Marlo. I'm gonna put it like this. When you have arguably the best receiver in the game on your team who is uncoverable, he cannot be covered. He's always open. All you have to do is throw him the ball. He's out, and he's going to catch anything. You remove that security
and he came to the Raiders.
Yeah. Oh. That's a problem. That's a problem as an organization that you could not ink a deal. Like you paying this dude $50 million a year to throw to Bobo now.
Not Bobo now.
Who are you gonna throw to? They can't pay a big name receiver to come in there.
There's the draft, right?
You validate my point.
So before we get to the draft, though, the drama keeps going because somehow or another, and please understand, I will not forgive him for bringing Tim Tebow into this world. Josh McDaniels get his hands on the best wide receiver in the game, and we gave him a contract extension.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm a little, I'm always scared of guaranteed numbers. I'm gonna always be scared of guaranteed numbers. But right now, he's the best wide receiver in the game.
No, he's not.
Uh-oh. He's gonna talk about Tiny Tim. I know he is. Who the best wide receiver in the game?
Controversy. Well, the best receiver in the game put up the best number this past year.
Who was that?
Who was that, Marlo? He finna say Mike Evans.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Oh.
Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the league right now.
Oh.
You can't take nothing away from that boy.
And look, and before
let me not call him a boy.
And look, before you try to even say that he doesn't match up physically, he's taller, he's bigger, and he's faster than Devontae Adams. Go check they 40 times. And you've seen Cooper Kupp's production on the field.
I'm not finna say nothing because he beat Tom Brady. Why I'm gonna say something? I don't have nothing to say. I'm gonna sit here in the corner and be quiet.
He did what no other receiver has done in a very long time. He got the triple crown: catches, touchdowns, and yards.
100% agree because he had
the best
greatest
receiver in the league.
day in my life.
Because Because look, if you ask me, it ain't no arguably Devontae Adams best receiver in the league. No, he's top 5 because Julio fell off. Julio can't stay healthy. When Julio was at top of his game, Julio was the best receiver in the league. There was no guarding him. You could not do nothing with the man. There is nothing you can do with a 6'3", 230-pound receiver running a 4.3. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck who you got at DB. It don't matter. They're not covering him.
Shameless plug, Julio, come. You look good in silver and black. Come on, it's okay. It's okay.
He passed his prime. Now go ahead, take him. Y'all need to get some more.
we need more. Not only did they get rid of him, but they waived him. Like
waived him.
You don't have no value, so deuce.
If you get waived, that team absolutely does not believe in you. So, they don't even believe that you're worth being on their roster in a trade in a sense of trade value.
Nobody was going to trade that contract or trade that money that he was going to make. No. So the best situation for him was probably to get waived because he could go get picked up on another team and make a vet minimum or something along that lines. But
he'll get above the vet minimum. I believe that.
Well, yeah. Well, he has that kind of talent.
Yeah, because if he's an unrestricted free agent. And there are a lot of teams that are in the market for receivers. Packers, there's some teams that may be able to pay him a little bit above the vet minimum.
Marlo, we leaving out in the soap opera. We leaving out TP hometown team. We leaving them out because
we was gonna get there. We got to circle the wagon now.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take our time with this. We're gonna take our time with this. Let TP suck up all of the good joys from that trade. But
what joy?
But not to be outdone, Baker Mayfield said, "You know what? I heard about y'all taking that pretty girl out to dinner. I don't like it. I've been asking for a contract extension. If y'all don't want me, y'all don't want me." So first, this dude said, "You know what? Peace out, y'all." Then he requested a trade. And Cleveland said, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna give you no trade. We're not gonna do that."
Imagine playing for a team, begging them for a contract, and in the same breath, they trade for a motherfucker and give him the second highest contract in the league.
And I quote,
position.
And I quote, this is the quote that the GM made. "This contract is going to change the way the NFL does business because they gave him a fully guaranteed $230 million contract."
For a man that didn't even play football last year.
And you know what? Shout out to his agent. Because his agent...
He got the best agent in the world.
Did not want him to go to Cleveland because that's not where he wanted to go. But he went to Atlanta and Carolina was like, "Look, Cleveland gonna give us $230 guaranteed for 5 years. What y'all gonna do?" Atlanta was like, "Yeah, no, we ain't doing that." Carolina was like, "Yeah, no, we ain't doing that." He was like, "You know what? I changed my mind."
They saw what happened with Cam.
And now they seen what happened with Mike Vick. Atlanta did. They gave Mike Vick 100 before the 100 was a real thing. And the very next year,
Michael Vick experience.
Dog charges. So they kind of jaded from that. But Atlanta is hurting so bad for a quarterback.
Atlanta just need to throw that whole franchise away and start over. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Atlanta.
I said it, and I don't care. They need to throw that whole franchise away.
They got Marcus Mariota off our squad. They are forever in my debt.
They look like Houston.
They look like who? They look like who?
No.
Oh man, you know what?
So now we get to my team. Yes, we traded away a franchise quarterback.
You traded away the franchise receiver, traded away the franchise quarterback.
We've been down before. As a matter of fact, we almost ain't ever been up.
Yeah.
But we've had talent. we actually do a pretty good job in drafting players. I can't say that.
They do
A
a
lot of
great
the
job
player, a
at
lot of the
drafting.
players that we've drafted, mind you, this is different GMs. I miss Charlie Chassley because the dude that came after him completely fucked the franchise. I don't even remember the dude's name, but it was not good. And then to let Bill O'Brien be the head coach, president of player personnel,
Hmm.
and general manager, that's too much for one man.
You get what
Now,
you get.
now to say that he did a bad job coaching, I can't say that because every year when he first got there, we were in the playoffs. We never had a losing season. But at the tail end of it, you trade away a player because you didn't like the fact that his baby mamas was coming to watch him practice. Okay. Not saying it was drama, just he didn't like the baby mamas. JJ Watt, I guess he was past his prime. You let him walk. And then the shit with
Clowney.
Deshaun Watson.
They got rid of Clowney.
Clowney never really lived up to his potential
And he
as a
stayed out of
pass
his
rusher.
career.
As a pass rusher. I love Clowney on the team. I hated to see him go because every year since the moment we drafted him, we had a top 5 run defense.
Hmm.
Check the stats. We were top 5 in run defense every year. Jadeveon Clowney was on our team. That is what he brought. He was never a pass rusher. He didn't even get hype off rushing the passer. So for them to be like, oh, well, he didn't get the sacks.
Did you not watch him at South Carolina? Like, did you watch one video of him at South
Did you
Carolina?
did you ever watch the man play football?
Yeah.
He is a run stopper. It is okay for the end to be a run stopper. We have those. Calais Campbell is a run stopper. The only difference between Clowney and Campbell is about 4 inches in height and about 30, 40 pounds in weight. Calais is a big dude. You wouldn't expect him to be running fast, getting after quarterbacks, but because Clowney fits this specific player model, they looking at him like, oh, you should be getting hella sacks. No, motherfucker, he stops the run. But moving on to this year, there's a safety at Notre Dame that is high on our list. We're talking about taking him at number 3. That can really change things for our defense. He's not just a player that has the physical attributes, but he also has the mental aspect of the game. And I really hope we get him. And then we
And
turn around and get Garrett Wilson at the 13. We do that. The Deshaun Watson trade doesn't seem as bad. We get an offensive lineman in the second round. If you look at Davis Mills' stats, he was pretty much even with that guy sitting out there in Jacksonville. So he was drafted number 1 overall. Davis Mills, not so much. But
I,
stats look pretty consistent. He didn't look bad.
I just can't believe that we're talking about rebuilding your franchise in one draft.
I mean,
I
you
can't.
can't do it with one draft, but that's why we got 2 more first round picks
That
in the
sounds
deal. Every year we have 2 first round picks for the next 3 years. This year, next year, and the year after, we have 3. We have 2 first rounds every year.
but even with it's not a guarantee that a first round pick is gonna pan out.
That's why can't fuck
It's,
up 2 times.
yeah, you can. Yes,
So
you can.
on top of
I
all of
mean,
that,
you can, but like I said, we actually do a pretty good job of drafting. So I'm confident that we can rebuild our team. We can ride behind Davis Mills, and if he's not the answer, maybe next year we look to drafting a different quarterback in the first round. Hell, if we finish outside of the top 10, take both of those picks, trade up, get to the second or third overall pick, and get your franchise quarterback. Whatever we need
Cool.
to do to get better, it needs to be, we got to keep moving. You can't just sit there and dwell on the fact that we traded away DeAndre Hopkins or we traded away Deshaun Watson. Like, shit happens. Teams lose players every day, B. Shit
They
happens.
absolutely do. But when you bring players in that are supposed to be your franchise, and then you down midstream say no, we don't want them. that's not building player confidence for people to come in.
You talking about Jacksonville? That's exactly what you're talking about. Jacksonville probably has a worse reputation with players up until this year. Up until this year, they had the worst reputation. And shout out to their owner, who the last 2 years, every year for the last 3 years, every year for the last 3 years, he's tried to rectify that view of their franchise. Houston is probably going to have to do something similar. I don't necessarily know if I would spend all that money on fringe players, but they're going to have to do something to start building that same type of confidence in that franchise. Quick note for everybody. The second grand jury in the Deshaun Watson saga declined to indict that charge from 2020. So all of this talk, and it's just talk. The man is not guilty of any crime. He is innocent. Point blank, period. It has to be proven. And he is not even facing charges. So everything else that's going on now is civil, not criminal. He's not a criminal. He just has civil charges. Getting back to this.
Let me make a comment on that. I think that there should be a price paid for if these allegations turn out to be false. Like, it's easier to prove a civil crime than a criminal crime, because there's no proof that he did anything. If there was, he would have been indicted in the grand jury. That's one. Then the second thing is, this lawyer has drummed up these charges to like they were baseless, and his lawyer said, we just want to get them in court so we can depose them. Like, when you're a defense attorney and that's all you're looking for, there's some trouble. There's some smoke in the village. There's some trouble. And this young man has lost a year of playing. He didn't lose salary, thank goodness, because he still was eligible to play. And if there was any smoke, any fire to this smoke, they would not have gave him a fully guaranteed contract. This is the NFL with the best investigators that are available on this planet.
Yeah, they almost next to military special investigations.
They have done their due diligence. And I guarantee you, he would not have been eligible to play, nor would he have gotten a fully $230-something million guaranteed contract if he thought he was gonna miss any time.
But here's the thing, though, with that whole criminal case, it ain't about what you know. It's about what you can prove.
Yeah.
You can't prove this man did anything wrong. What are we talking about? Why is it taking this long? Because you don't have to sit around and wait for them to build evidence. If you've done your investigation.
You want to tell you why it took so long? It took this long. It took this long because Houston was able to get the return on investment that they wanted for Deshaun Watson. Until they got somebody, Cleveland, to pay a king's ransom, he wasn't going nowhere. And then it's kind of funny to me that after he gets this contract, there's knowledge of a second grand jury.
Also declining to indict. You know what? These motherfuckers is in cahoots, and you can't tell me no different. The Browns knew, the Texans knew, and they always talking to the judges like, yo, if the Browns take them, they give us what we want. Y'all dismiss this case. Y'all gonna guarantee this contract? All right, cool. We can all move forward. They was all sitting down at the table together. That's how we do business in Texas, though. They probably handed over a glass of sweet tea and crumbs on the table.
Yeah.
And crackers and cheese, and got this deal done.
All right, so moving along with the soap opera. So the Raiders got themselves a franchise wide receiver, a number one finally. Thank you.
Oh
Thank you,
my
thank you,
God!
thank you. We got
What Darius
franchise.
Hayward Bay a franchise receiver?
No, he was not. Stop that, man. Anyway, we got a bona fide number one.
What happened to Henry Ruggs?
To go with. Wow, that's what we're doing. That's what
Too
we're doing.
soon.
That's what we're doing. Anyway, so we got a bona fide number one. We need a number two because, as you know, Mr. Edame himself is now in Jacksonville. Zay Jones is in Jacksonville, so we had to replace Zay Jones, and we got somebody to play a full 60 minutes of football. Shout out to Zay Jones. You did a lot for the franchise. Don't get me wrong. You are the 6-minute GOAT, but we needed more, and we got more. So offensively, we looking pretty good. We need another wide receiver and probably get us a good guard in this draft. That's all we need offensively. In the secondary,
Denzel Good ain't getting it done.
No. In the secondary, we need
everybody.
No. This is what we need. Listen. I'm gonna look right in the camera. Josh McCain, this for you. You can't mess this up. Ain't nobody else gonna think this. You did something wild with Tebow. Do this. Go down to Florida A&M, right? Go down to Florida A&M. Go to Lee Hall. Sit outside and wait and hold up a sign that say "Will pay for a safety." This guy will pull up. Tell him you're gonna offer him $20 million. He will knock everything out in the secondary. Anything coming in the secondary, he's gonna knock him out. He ran a 4.40 at the combine. It's a can't miss prospect. Go get 20. The safety from FAM.
20 mil?
He been eating ramen noodles at FAM. Give him 20 mil. He might kill somebody.